Full of fresh vegetables, wondrous textures, and a range of spices, Vietnamese food is a Southeast Asian experience not to be missed. Heavily linked to the five elements, or the Wuxing, the historical and philosophical influence on the foods of Vietnam make its cuisine one of the most fascinating in the world. So in this video, we are going to tell you the top 10 foods to try in Vietnam. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 10. My Quang. My Quang mostly contributes to the renown of Da Nang and Quang Nam cuisines. It is likened to the spirit of those culinary cultures, and it's chosen to be served on many important occasions. Like vermicelli or pho, My Quang is also made from rice flour, but has a completely distinct flavor. Cooking My Quang is not difficult, but there are many stages in the cooking process. This Vietnamese food can be made into many different versions, such as meat shrimp noodles, chicken noodles, frog noodles, duck noodles, and snakehead fish noodles. With the difference between such main ingredients, each version will give you an unforgettable experience. My Quang is usually eaten for dinner. Number 9. Banh Bo Hue. The name indicates its origin, which is from the Emperor City, Hue, in central Vietnam. It is a spicy beef noodle soup with the iconic color of annatto oil and a savory fragrance from the lemongrass sauté. The cooking process of this noodle soup is time-consuming and requires not only cooking skills but also patience. The noodles used for this soup are unmatched. It is round and thicker than the usual rice vermicelli. The taste is extra due to the addition of sliced onions and Vietnamese coriander. Locals often eat banh bo hue with some vegetables such as banana flowers, bean sprouts, and a touch of lime juice. Number 8. Banh Cuon. The name means rolled cakes, although they're not really cakes. Banh Cuon is a thin spread of steamed rice batter stuffed with ground pork and chopped wood ear mushrooms, presented on a bed of fresh cucumber, Vietnamese basils, and blanched bean sprouts. Although the ingredients are simple, the cooking process is incredibly mesmerizing, which requires perfect timing and skillful technique to lift off the steamer while still maintaining its perfect shape. What tells the difference between one from another, Banh Cuon, is the homemade cha lua, Vietnamese sausages, and the dipping sauce. This is a light dish, which explains why it is traditionally eaten as breakfast. However, over time, because of its flavorful and healthy treat, Banh Cuon is served all day as an easygoing snack. Number 7. Banh mi. The French may have brought with them the baguette, but Vietnam takes it to a different level. How exactly depends on what end of the country you're in. Banh mi is Vietnam's popular sandwich meal. Basically, it's a baguette filled with a range of meat, vegetables, and savory sauces. You can easily buy this famous food from strolling food carts or full-on shops. Banh mi is the Vietnamese word for baguette, which was introduced to this tropical country in the colonial period. However, all of them will understand that this is the famous sandwich you want to get when you say the word. What makes this sandwich fun is that you have the liberty to choose what goes in your sandwich, be it grilled chicken, pork floss, or grilled patties. But the real deal is the bread itself. Its crunchy crust and pillow inside are to die for. Number 6. Bun cha. It's a tasty and savory dish made with pork meatball patties, grilled pork bellies, cold vermicelli noodles, and greens like lettuce, mint, and coriander. All of these are served to you in separate bowls and come with pickled vegetables that give the soup an acidic flavor. The ingredients are distinct, but when combined together, they pull off a balance of sweet and tangy flavors. When in southern Vietnam, look for bun thit nuong, which is their version of this Hanoi specialty. Before we move on, subscribe to us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now let's get back to our topic. Number 5. Pho. A list of the must-try food in Vietnam will not exclude this popular soup dish. Pho put Vietnam's name on the global food scene, and rightly so. Originally from the north, this noodle soup is now popular all over the country. Whatever version you decide to try, pho will leave you with a satisfied palate. The noodles are served with a warm, flavorful broth and topped with thinly sliced beef. The final twist is a squeeze of lime just before slurping on the noodles. It is truly with the global hype. Vegetarians do not have to miss out on the fun that is around pho. Look for the World Che in menus, and you can also now dig into Vietnamese food one day. Instead of beef, they use vegetable stock for the Che version and replace the meat with tofu. Number 4. Street barbecue. Street barbecue is hard to miss when in Vietnam because the mouth-watering smells are everywhere on Vietnamese streets. in the wee hours of the night when people are just coming out of bars and pubs after a few drinks. Street food stalls provide the biggest comfort. Also, there's a lot to choose from. You could have chicken, pork, prawns, squid, intestines, and innards, and even frog legs. You just pick whatever you want, sit at one of those makeshift tables under a big umbrella, and wait for your order. A plus factor is that it's extremely cheap. You can get as much food as you want without worrying about going past your budget for the day. Number 3. Nem Cua Bi. A specialty of a province in northern Vietnam called Hoi Phong. Nem Cua Bi is a type of deep-fried spring roll with crab meat. A bite of this famous spring roll is an experience of different flavors and textures. Aside from the crab meat, inside every roll are vermicelli noodles, mushrooms, bean sprouts, egg whites, cabbage, and carrots. And as mentioned before, this small roll of flavor is served together with banh to create a perfect combination. Number 2. Bot Chien. For this next dish, let's head to South Vietnam to try classic street food. Ho Chi Minh City's favorite street snack, bot chien, is popular with both the after-school and the after-midnight crowd. Bot chien is a dish made of rice flour cakes fried in lots of oil. It's topped with egg and is served with sweet and sour sauce. You can have this as a light snack when you're not ready for a full meal. It has a perfect crisp that comes from being fried, but is also chewy because it's made of rice flour. You can also enjoy a side dish of some pickled radish with this meal. Many side dishes in Vietnam are vegetarian. Some are made with sliced green papaya, carrots, peanuts, and a dash of sesame oil. Number 1. Vietnamese coffee. The locals of Vietnam have an undeniably good relationship with coffee. This is evident in how many coffee shops they have, not just in the city. The walk in the streets will show you a sprawl of mobile coffee stalls on motorcycles and pop-up umbrella booths. That is how big the demand for coffee is. Plus, they're the second largest producer of coffee next to Brazil. That is all the more reason you should give Vietnamese coffee a try. Since this is a tropical country, you could start with a classic Vietnamese iced coffee to prove the Vietnamese take their coffee seriously. You should try the unique ingredients they mix with your favorite drink. First up, there's the egg coffee. Some say this unique coffee blend traces its origin to a time when milk was scarce, so they ended up using eggs as a substitute. Then there's the coconut coffee, popular with tourists. It's a mix of strong Robusta coffee and coconut ice cream or coconut milk. Ultimately, there's civet coffee for those who like their coffee with a little adventure. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment your thoughts below if you liked this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.